Coleman, Frank Messer, and I are on hand to bring you all the action. Now, the Yankees came in and surprised the Tigers and all the press by taking the first two games of this three-game series. The third and final game today, it'll be Joe Sparmer against Stan Bonson, two hard-throwing right-handers. And in yesterday's ball game, if you remember, Mel Stottlemyre pitching the best game of his career, a one-hitter to shut out Detroit 4-0. Now, Jerry Coleman, who has a bit of clairvoyancy in that mind of his, interviewed Mel Stottlemyre down in spring training, and he asked him some of the questions which were pertinent to yesterday's game. We're going to have that interview right now.
Talking about doing things differently, you're doing something different with a new pitch out there, and I understand it took you a year to master what is known as a sailor or something like it.
Well, Jerry, it's actually a true slider. I started throwing an off-seam or cross-seam fastball and come up with this pitch, and I worked on it the whole year before I tried using it in the game, and it has been real successful and has helped me my other pitches too. So I'm going to stick with this pitch, and it's helped me the last 2 years, and I think it's going to help me more probably this year.
Mel Stottlemyre, pitchers certainly make a ball club, and at the same time, the men behind the pitcher help to make him. When there are errors or when there are bad plays behind you, what goes on in your mind? I'm sure there must be something.
Well, Jerry, I rely on a good defense. That's my whole secret to pitching, I think. I try to keep the ball on the ground. And when there's an error, this is one thing I never let bother me, because errors are going to happen, and you certainly never should think too much about an error, because actually an error by the pitcher, as far as I'm concerned, is a base on ball. So they don't have any hard feelings about a pitcher giving up a base on ball, so I don't think anything about the errors. They're going to happen.
Well, there you heard it, and it was very apropos because, as you know, Stottlemyre, with that new pitch of his, combined with his fastball and sinker and curveball, gave up just one hit, narrowly missed a perfect game. And the question that Jerry asked Mel about the errors happened as the Yankees made two errors and one on what would have been the final out of the ball game, but just as Mel said, he did not let it upset him, got the next man out, and the ball game was over. So on a beautiful day, the best day we've had here in the Motor City of Detroit, Michigan, for this final game of the three-game series, just about ready to start, but we'll be back with the starting lineups in just a moment.
Take down the drapes, dash to the cleaners, grab the laundry, down to the cellar, out to the cleaners again. And don't forget your ready cash. Rush, rush. Why do it? Ricketts has the remedy. Just call Ricketts Laundrers and Dry Cleaners for free pickup and delivery. Ricketts does it all, from the smallest to the largest laundry and dry cleaning service. And Ricketts also has the remedy for ready cash. Just one simple monthly statement covers all that work you don't have to do. Relax. Call Ricketts today.
Shopping for a low-priced car with a lot of moxie? Great. Shop one of us Pontiac dealers. We have a custom S that'll knock your eyes out. Hardtop, sedans, wagons, choice of colors, all at low prices, plus the highest trade-ins going. How come? Breakaway deals, that's how come. Drop in this week. Ask for our breakaway deal on a Pontiac Custom S. It's got a lot of moxie.
If you're ready to break away, see your local authorized Pontiac dealer for a breakaway sale.
Well, we have the starting lineups for you for the New York Yankees. It'll be Horace Clarke leading off at second base. Batting second and playing center field, Jerry Kenney. The third baseman batting third, Bobby Mercer. Roy White will be in left field hitting cleanup. At first base and batting fifth, Joe Pepitone. Bill Robinson will be in right field hitting in the sixth spot. Doing the catching and batting seventh will be Jake Gibbs. Gene Michael again at shortstop, batting eighth. Tommy Tresh still feeling well under par with that bad throw to his. And pitching and batting ninth, Stan Bonson. For the Detroit Tigers, Dick McAuliffe leads off at second base. Mickey Stanley will be the shortstop and back second. In right field hitting third, Al Kaline. Norm Cash will be the cleanup hitter playing first base. Left field hitting fifth, Willie Horton. Jim Northrup will be the center fielder, batting sixth. Doing the catching, batting seventh, Bill Freehan. Don Word will be at third base, batting eighth, and pitching and batting ninth, Joe Sparmer. And right now, as the umpires walk up to home plate on Yankee baseball, we'll pause for station identification.
Hi, this is Jerry Ducey. Join me for my telephone talk show weeknights on WGY Schenectady.
Well, the men in blue just below us. And Mayo Smith, the Tiger skipper, and Ralph Houck, the Yankee skipper, exchanging lineup cards. It'll be Larry Knapp calling balls and strikes. At first base, Johnny Rice. Umpire at second, Russ Getz. And over at third, Bill Kunkel. Mayo Smith not too happy these days. Tigers won their first 2 games of the year against Cleveland. Looked real good pitching, had a lot of hitting. But against the Yankees, they have been playing a little sloppily. And have dropped the first 2 games, and the Yankees have had excellent pitching against them. Another reason Mayo is not feeling too good, his car was stolen. He parked it. The doorman at the hotel took it. They put it in the garage. The next morning when Mayo went down to get it to drive to the ballpark here, it was gone. And the Tigers are taking the field. Ralph Houck continues to discuss the pitcher's motion, and Johnny Rice showing Ralph Houck what they can and cannot do. And Larry Knapp said that as long as the pitcher comes down and makes contact with his body, he does not have to stop even a fraction of a second. I don't think that should be so, because that's kind of quick pitching and keeping the runner from getting a good jump. McLean, of course, does it quite a bit. But right now, our national anthem. This third and final game. We told you Joe Sparma on the mound for the Tigers. Last year, won 10, lost 10. Against the Yankees, he was 1-2 lifetime against New York. He has won 8 and lost 3. At one time, he was 5-0 against the Yankees before dropping his first decision. Getting back to the remarks we made about Ralph Houck complaining about Denny McLean's motion, it seems like there have been a few misquotes in the paper. And possibly Larry Knapp did not say that, although it was in the paper, that if a pitcher comes down and just makes contact with his body, he can continue right on pitching. But normally they should come to a set stop, whether it takes a fraction of a second or a full second. But they should stop. Also, you might have seen in some papers, mistakenly, that yesterday's win was the first win by Mel Stottlemyre ever here at Tiger Stadium. Actually, it was his 4th win. So some of the reporters, not the New York reporters, by the way, it was the local Detroit reporters who misquoted Mel. All right, we're ready to start the ball game. Dick Hauser is coaching at third, and Elston Howard at first for the Yankees. Horace Clarke, who has hit in all 5 ball games for the Yankees, batting .318. A double, 2 RBI, steps in. Sparma's first pitch is right in there, strike 1 call. This is the first appearance of the year for Joe Sparma. Right-hander with a very short windup. Winds the curve, just misses outside, and it's 1-1. Don Word moves in at third base. The outfield and the rest of the infield plays Clarke straight away and not too deep. Sparma's 1-1 delivery, a curve low and inside, ball 2. 2-1. All right, Sparmer's ready. Fastball bounced to first base. Cash up with it. He'll make the play unassisted, and it's 1 out. Horace hit the ball right off the fist. 1 away, and here's Jerry Kenney. Jerry had himself a couple of base hits yesterday after going for the collar in the last game in Washington and the first game here in Detroit. He's batting .217, a double, a homer, and 2 RBIs. Jerry Kenney was 0 for 14 before that first hit. He takes a pitch high and outside. In the rule book, by the way, getting back to that, we're not going to keep on this, but it says Rule M in 805. The pitcher delivers the pitch from a set position without coming to a stop. Is a balk if he does that, and McLean definitely was guilty of that yesterday many, many times. The next pitch to Kenney, inside ball. Well, the scoreboard has 1-1, but I thought sure Larry Knapp called that a ball. We'll wait and see. Pitch by Sparmer is taken. Strike call. So it must have been ball 2 because Kenney would not be taken with a 1-1 count on him. Scoreboard has 1 ball, 2 strikes. What's the count, Larry? Two balls, 1 strike. Thank you, Larry. I had to yell down. The scoreboard's got it wrong. The windup. The pitch, ground, base hit to left field. He hit a shot between third and short. Horton knocked it down. Kenney started to go and then came back. So Jerry Kenney now has 3 hits in his last 3 at-bats as he singles between the hole out in the left field. And let's see if the Yankees will be off and running. All right, make that Jerry Kenney's 3rd hit in his last 4 at-bats. Here's Bobby Mercer. Bobby hitting .391, a double, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Kenney leading away at first. Let's see if the Yankees will try to steal on Sparmy. Here's the stretch. Checks the runner. He doesn't go, and the pitch is outside. Ball 1. Jerry Kenney has 1 stolen base on the year. Sparmer steps off the rubber. Now he's back on. Cash holding the bag against Kenney. Here's the stretch by the right-hander. Checking Kenney, then steps off the rubber, trying to get Jerry to commit himself. Now back on again. Sets again, and then steps off again. That time Mercer wanted time at the plate. Now everybody appears ready. Sparmer's pitch is a curve hit high in the air to center field. Northrup's got plenty of room. Kenney's going back to tag up. He does, and he's going to try for it. And he's going to make it. Jerry Kenney on a heads-up play. Went back, tagged up, and Northrop didn't believe that Kenney was going to try and go. Did not fire the ball in like he usually does, and so the Yankee speed has paid off. We have a man in scoring position with 2 out on Mercer's fly to center field, and it was not hit that deep. Here's Roy White. Roy batting an even .200, 3 for 15, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, and 4 stolen bases. 2 out in the top of the first. There's no score. All right, Kenney leads away. Stanley holding him close. The pitch to White. Ball 1, a little bit outside. On deck, Joe Pepitone. The Yankees trying to sweep this series with the world champion Tigers. Sparmer ready. Curve is in there. Strike 4. That nicked the outside corner of the plate. A good pitch by Sparmer. 1-1. Sparmer with the glove on the knee, leans forward, hides the ball behind him. Now he sets. Very deliberate worker. The curve a little bit high, and what a bluff Kenney gave as though he were going to steal third. This is not a good spot to steal third, but he had Friend jumping out behind his catcher's position. Tell you, the way the Yankees have been running in this series, everybody's jittery out there. The infield is the pitcher, the catcher. Two balls, 1 strike on Roy White. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back. The count's even at 2-2. Yankees have 12 stolen bases in 15 attempts so far this year. And in this series, they have stolen 7 bases in 8 attempts. And that's bound to make anybody jittery. Count is even at Roy White, 2-2. Farmer kicks, delivers a curve swing and a miss. He was fooled on a change-up curveball. And Farmer gets himself a big strikeout. For the Yankees, no runs, a base hit, no errors, and a man left. And at the end of 1/2 inning, the Yankees nothing, the Tigers coming to bat.
Hi, this is Greg Morris for Vista. Volunteers in service to America. You know, they're a lot like our Mission Impossible force. They're constantly running into problems. But unlike Mission Impossible, the Vista volunteer can't solve his problem in 60 minutes of time. Like the people on our show, he needs patience, understanding, and dedication. But he needs even more, because his job isn't glamorous. It isn't publicized. It isn't financially rewarding. It's just satisfying. It involves helping people help themselves to break the poverty cycle. And when you've helped people regain their pride and dignity, you've really done a year's work. That's what Vista's all about. Hard work, low pay, and some dedicated people. Find out if you're right for Vista. Find out if Vista's right for you. Vista. Drop us a card. That's VISTA, Box A, Washington, D.C. VISTA, Box A, Washington, D.C.
A reminder that this program is authorized under rights granted by the New York Yankees solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any publication, reproduction, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. Stan Bonson is on the mound. Stan is 1-0 this year. Rookie of the Year last year in the American League with a 17-12 record. His lifetime record against Detroit, 1 win and no defeats. Remember, he lost his first start against the Senators, but boy, did he start fast, striking out 5 of the first 6 men he faced. Bonson, 6 feet 2 inches tall, 194 pounds. Pitching to Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe batting .286 on the year, a double, a triple, and 2 RBIs. Left-hand batter. On deck, Mickey Stanley. There's no score. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Here's Bonson's pitch, a fastball outside, ball 1. Yankees, who opened the season Tuesday, have won 3, lost 2 so far this year. Winning 1 of the 3 games in Washington and 2 for 2 here. Bonson's next pitch, strike on the outside corner. Don't forget that welcome home luncheon tomorrow at noon at the Grand Ballroom of the Waldorf Astoria. Joe Garagiola will be the MC. Mayor Lindsay will be there. Ted Williams, Bob Short, the owner of the Senators, all the Yankee players, manager, and coaches. A fastball right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch is a curve foul at the plate. That was a good curve ball down around the knees. Wallace just got a piece of it. Grover Riesinger coaching at third for Detroit, and Wally Moses over at first. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Curve fouled upstairs and out of play. Back into the crowd. From one fan's hand, easily into another. A lot of games to bring you later on. Red Sox had Cleveland. Cleveland yet to win a ball game. Red Sox failed to score in the top of the first. Stang against Tiant. White Sox at Seattle. Washington at Baltimore for a pair. Fastball just missed the outside corner. Man, that was close. Minnesota, another team which has yet to win a game. They've won none and lost 4 so far. They're playing at California later on, as is Kansas City at Oakland. And they have a doubleheader, Kansas City and Oakland. Now the 2-2 pitch. Fastball is low, 3-2. The Cardinals and the Mets, single game later on. Dodgers at Houston, Philadelphia at Pittsburgh, San Francisco at San Diego, Cincinnati at Atlanta for a pair. In the first game, it's Cloninger against Phil Niekro. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch to McAuliffe. Line drive, base hit to right field. Bill Robinson up with it. And McAuliffe is on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first inning. Yesterday it took the Tigers 5 2/3 innings before they got their first hit against Mel Stottlemyre. The batter, Mickey Stanley. Mickey batting .278, a double, a homer, 3 RBI. Pepitone holds the bag against McAuliffe. Stretched by Bonson. His curve is over, strike ball. Stanley steps back. On deck is Al Kaline. Bonson with a long look in at the sign. Here's the stretch as McAuliffe leads away. Fastball right down the middle, a good fastball. Quickly ahead of Mickey Stanley, 0-2. Play Stanley straight away. Mickey stands way up in front of the plate. Right-hand batter. Pitch inside. You could hear Larry Knapp yell, "Look out!" And Stanley had to jump back out of the way. Bonson working very slowly out on the hill. His stretch. Fastball in the dirt. Nice scoop by Jay Gibbs, and the count is even at 2-2. Bonson was ahead of McAuliffe. Worked the count to 3-2 before Dick singled. He was ahead of Stanley 0-2. Now it's 2-2. He's trying to work on him. Ready for the 2-2 pitch. Here it is, and a bouncing ball is short. Michael comes in. Goes to Clark for 1. Back to first. Not in time. That was a high bouncing ball. Gene Michael made a fine play as they came in on the infield grass and threw back across his body to Clark. They get the lead runner. McAuliffe is out of there. Stanley at first. The batter, Al Kaline. Kaline batting .333. Has a double, a homer, and 3 RBIs. No score in the bottom of the first inning. 1 out. Time is called by Larry Knapp. Now he's ready. On deck, Norm Cash. Stretched by Bonson. His pitch is fouled back upstairs, out of play, strike 1. Stanley leads off first base. Bonson stretches. Curve just a little bit low. 1-1. Kaline not down at the end of the bat. He chokes up about an inch. Really grips the bat tightly, though. Holds it almost straight up. Curve outside, ball 2, 2-1. Kaline, a good fastball hitter. 2 balls and a strike on K-line. Stanley leads. Slow curve hit deep to left center field. Way back there. That ball is up a deck home run job in deep left center field for Al Kaline. And again, a home run off a curveball off Stan Bunsen. And the Tigers are out in front 2-0. Al Kaline really ripped into one. That ball went in the upper deck over the 400-foot sign. Had to be hit at least 450 feet. And Detroit jumps out to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. For Kaline, his second home run. He now has 5 RBIs. And Stan Bunsen has now given up 4 home runs in this, his second game of the year. Cash takes the pitch, high, ball 1. Bunsen's next pitch, fastball, ground ball up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Cash. Up with it fast, Jerry Kenny. And the Tigers starting to rip the ball today, the way they did in the first 2 games against Cleveland. Now Pepperstone comes over. Gibbs walks out. That talk with Stan Bunsen as Willie Horton comes up. Cash was hitting .333 as he hit that first pitch, a double and 2 RBIs. Willie Horton batting only .176, 1 homer and 3 RBIs. Horton, a notorious slow starter. On deck, Jim Northrup. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Detroit leading 2-0. Bunsen ready. Curve, bounce slowly to third. Mercer comes in, up with it. Has to go to first base in time to get Horton. Moving to second on the play, Norm Cash. It was a nice play by Bobby Mercer. He was playing Horton deep, and the ball was hit off the end of the bat, and Bobby really had to charge it. But with that good arm of his, he nipped Horton. 2 away in the batter, Jim Northrup. Northrup batting .154, 1 double, no RBI. Northrup was the man that broke up Stottlemyre's perfect game yesterday. That's the 3rd no-hitter that Northrup has broken up in his career. And as Jim says, he wasn't too happy about it. He says when a team doesn't win, you break up a no-hitter, it doesn't mean anything. Pitch to Northrup, high, ball 1. On deck, Bill Freehan. Nothing. Detroit leads with 2 out in the bottom of the first. Cash leads off second. Bunsen's pitch, high, ball 2, 2-0. Don't forget opening day at Yankee Stadium, Tuesday, April 15th. The game time is 2 p.m. Senators will be in town with Ted Williams. And Paul Simon of Simon and Garfunkel fame will throw out the first ball. Billy Eckstein, who is currently starring at the Rainbow Room in New York City, will sing the national anthem. The next pitch to Northrup is high again, and it's ball 3. 3-0. Bunsen's 3-0 delivery. Strike call. Northrup ready to throw the bat away. Start down first. Seemed a little surprised when Larry Knapp called that a strike. Bunsen's 3-1 delivery. That one's high, ball 4. Bunsen's first walk of the ball game, and Bill Freehan the batter. And he's the hottest hitter for the Tigers right now, batting .467. A double, 2 homers, and 6 RBI. Fred Talbot getting a hurry-up call in the Yankee bullpen starts loosening up. Freehan is the 7th Tiger to bat here in the first inning. Northrop at first, Cash at second with 2 out. Detroit leading 2-0, bottom of the first. Bonson's pitch, high and tight, ball 1. Bonson gets the ball, rubs it up, goes to the rosin bag. The fastball is high, ball 2. Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes. Pepitone again comes in. Some words of encouragement to Stan Bonson. Tiger fans, first time they've had a chance to get excited in this series. Check swing and a tie, ball 3, 3-0. So Bonson, since the home run by Kaline, seems to be a little shaken up. Hasn't quite regained his composure out on the mound. On deck is Don Wirt. See if they have Friend swinging away on the 3-0 pitch. He takes it a tie, ball 4, and the bases are loaded, and here comes Ralph Houck out of the Yankee dugout. In a hurry. Tigers have scored 2 runs on Kaline's 2-run shot in the upper deck in left center. And a single by Cash after Horton bounced to third, a walk to Northrop, a walk to Freehan, and Houck is out to the mound to talk to his young right-hand pitcher. While Ralph's out there trying to calm Bonson down, a reminder that a new service for Yankee fans from Long Island is in effect. Express bus service will be available for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games. Buses will leave 2 hours before game time. From the Walt Whitman Shopping Center in South Huntington, the Mid-Island Plaza in Hicksville, the Roosevelt Field Shopping Center in Garden City. And then the buses will leave the stadium 1/2 hour after the game. All right, Don Wirt, the 8th Tiger to bat here in the first inning. Wirt batting 188. No extra base hits, 1 RBI. A little right-hand batter. Bonson winds. His pitch right in there, strike 1 call. On deck, the pitcher, Joe Sparma. Cash at third, Northrop at second, Freehan at first. Bonson's next pitch, just outside, 1-1. Wally Moses yelling in from the coaching box at first. The 1-1 pitch is a curve in there. Strike 2. Don Wirt a little unhappy with that call as he turns around. Looks at Larry Knapp. A ball and 2 strikes. It's a big man for Bonson to get out of there. He's very happy to get out with just 2 runs being scored in this inning. The pitch, a curve, that's high. 2-2. Stan has been very high in this first inning. He goes to the rosin bag, fires it down on the ground. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3. And now the runners will be going. 3-2 and 2 out. And let's see if Stan pitches from a set position or whether he'll wind up. If he winds up, they get a good running jump. It's possible for Freehan to score on a long single. He's going to take the windup, I believe. Yes, he is. There they go. The payoff pitch is high, ball 4, and a run is forced across the plate. Dan Bonson gives up his 3rd consecutive walk here. In the bottom of the first, an RBI for Don Wirt, bringing in Norm Cash. And now the 9th batter of the inning, Joe Sparma, and Grover Reisinger goes up to tell him, don't be over-anxious. The young man's a little wild up there. Take a pitch. Sparmer up for his first time this year. So Detroit leads 3-0. Here's the pitch to Sparmer. He takes, almost hits him, ball one. We told you since the home run by Kaline, Bonson has been visibly shaken. Not the Bonson we know. Now he does some stretching exercises, reaches down, touches his toes. The 1-0 pitch. High and inside, ball 2, 2-0. He hasn't come close to home plate. You know, Sparmer is not going to swing, possibly until he gets 2 strikes called. He crouches over the plate. Bonson delivers. Strike 1 called. That one cut the plate belt high. Griechinger looking in at Mayo Smith to see what he wants him to do, whether to take or hit. The 2-1 pitch. He swings and fouls it back. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 men out. Bases loaded. Tigers leading 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Whoop! He did not swing and miss. He checked his swing in time, and it's 3-2. He started after that ball and held up somehow. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the runners will be going. And Bonson steps back. Now he looks in for the sign. The runners go. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled. Out of play, and we got to do it all over again. I want to tell you, Don Wirt had rounded second before Sparmer swung at that pitch. Bonson, of course, can not worry about holding runners on. His control has been so bad in this first inning. He just wants to get that ball over and let Sparmer swing at it. Again, the 3-2 pitch, the runners go. Fouled it off again over the roof, and we got to do it all over again. And that was a borderline pitch on whether that would have been a ball or a strike. Right now, we pause for station identification.
Bill Edwardson here, Monday through Friday at 7 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon on WGY, Schenectady, New York.
All right, the runners are back. Sparmer in the batter's box. Bonson looking for the sign. There you go. The pitch. High fly to right field. That should end the inning. Bill Robinson moves in. He's under it and makes the catch. So 9 men went to the plate for Detroit. They scored 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no Yankee errors and 3 men left. And at the end of 1 full inning, it's Detroit 3 and the Yankees nothing.
The next time you stop at your participating Atlantic station, be sure to take a good look at the beautiful fine china your dealer is offering at a very low price. So low, you wouldn't believe it was possible to purchase fine china at such a price. But you can, and this fine china, called Royal Elegance, compares with china that costs many times the price. It's a value at all participating Atlantic stations. With each purchase of 8 gallons of gasoline, you can buy a 4-piece place setting of Royal Elegance at an unbelievable low price. This offer may vary in some states, but this beautiful fine china will never vary in its translucent, delicate beauty. Each place setting consists of a cup and saucer, dinner plate, and bread and butter plate. Charge your place settings on your Atlantic Richfield credit card if you like. Stop in today and take a look at Royal Elegance. Then take some home. Royal Elegance is worth a trip to your Atlantic station, believe me.
Speaking of today, the Yankee Stadium ticket office is open today for you fans who might be in the car enjoying a ride on Sunday afternoon, why don't you stop in? It's open till 5 p.m. Pick up your tickets for the opening day game or the opening series against Washington or any series you would like during the year. For the Yankees, Joe Pepitone steps in. Pepe batting .318, 2 doubles, a homer, 4 RBI. Joe Sparma pitching, and you hear the fans how they greet Pepe. Mixture, chorus of cheers and boos. All right, the Yankees trail 3-0 here in the top of the second. Here's Sparma's pitch, a curve foul back against the screen, strike one. Pepe was interviewed on local TV here in Detroit. He says, I don't care if the fans boo me just so they recognize me. He's very frank about it. He says he wants to be recognized. He wants to be liked. Swing and a miss at a low fastball. Strike 2. 0-2. The short right field porch here in Tiger Stadium has a lot of the left-hand hitters trying to pull outside pitches. It's very inviting. It's only 325 down the line and doesn't go out too rapidly. 370 in the power alley in right center. 2-strike pitch, a little high, a ball and 2 strikes. Joe digging in. Slight crouch at the plate. Sparma's curve is lined to right field, a base hit, and boy, did Pepe wait on that high curveball. Beautiful execution that time up there by Pepitone. He drilled a single, 1 hop at a K-line and right. And now a young man who's having his troubles getting started, Bill Robinson. He's been up 18 times with 1 hit, 1 RBI, batting .056. He's been playing a fine defensive game in right field, but he's been bothered by the breaking pitches here early in the year. Spring training, he was really whipping the bat. All right, Cash holds the bag against Pepitone. Here's the stretch by Sparma. Pitch to Robinson. On the outside corner, strike call. Sparma stretches. The pitch to Robbie fouled back as he crowded him with a fastball. Yankees have been hitting the ball well all year here in Detroit. In the first 2 games, they had 21 hits. We got 2 more in this game so far. We're only in the top of the second inning. All right, 0-2 count to Bill Robinson. Curve in the dirt, blocked nicely by Freehan. Boy, that hit home plate, and Bill just let it hit his chest protector and roll out in front of him. No advance. Yankees have gotten their share of runs in the first 5 games, 31 of them. That's an average of better than 6 per game. Pepitone leads off first. Sparma's pitch is a curve just inside. Boy, that one just missed. Had Robbie leaning away as the ball broke in. Evens the count at 2-2. On deck, Jake Gibbs. Never have enough runs in this ballpark. All you need. A couple of base hits, a walk, and that long ball, you're right back in the ball game. Curve low again, and now it's a 3-2 count. So Robbie, who was behind 0-2, has run the string out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The way the Yankees have been running, I would almost have to say that Pepitone will be running on the pitch, even though the Yankees trail 3-0. But we'll wait and see. Pepe leads away. Here's the stretch. He's going. Fastball outside, ball 4, and Joe ready to slide. Gets the stand-up sign from Mickey Stanley. Well, the Yankees are running ball club. And boy, that makes it exciting when you know your team is going to run even though they're behind. It makes the other defensive team play a different ball game. Here's Jake Gibbs. Jake is 5 for 14, batting .357, a double and an RBI. Nobody out. In the top of the second, the Yankees trailing 3-0. Pepitone has 2 stolen bases this year. All right, Sparmer ready. His pitch high and tight, ball 1. Pepe got both his stolen bases right here in Detroit in the same ball game. One was on a beautiful fadeaway slide. The throw had beaten him. Pepe faded away and evaded the tag and grabbed the bag with his hand. He was happy about that slide. The 1-0 pitch, high ball 2, 2-0. So, Joe Sparmer now. Getting a little wild, as Stan Bonson did in the first inning. Freehan walked out towards the mound. Said something to Sparmer. 2 balls, no strikes to count. On deck, Gene Michael. Here's the stretch by Sparmer. The fastball is just there, knee-high. A good pitch by Sparmer. 2 balls and a strike. Mayo Smith, the Tiger skipper, was saying this outfield is really rough. All outfields are this time of year, especially where a football team is played during the winter. They resod it, and with the cold weather, it hasn't had time to really catch. There's a bouncing ball at second. Perfect double play ball. McAuliffe tags the runner, throws to first. Double play. Bill Robinson could not stop. And McAuliffe, with a heads-up play, tagged Robinson and threw to first for the double play. Had Robbie been able to stop just for a fraction of a second, McAuliffe would not have been able to make the double play. So it's 2 out, and here's Gene Michael. Gene is 2 for 7, a double, batting .286. Pepitone moved to third on the double play. Well, that was a big play for Sparmer. Pitch to Michael. He runs up to bunt, takes a strike. That would have been a good play, but it was a curveball, and Gene was a little bit out in front. Pepitone was alerted by Dick Hauser, the third base coach. Next pitch to Michael. High, 1-1. Mickey Lolich is up and throwing in the Tiger bullpen. Mayo Smith said that he was going to put Lolich in the bullpen and relieve with him if need be. Mickey will be going into the service shortly for a 2-week stint. The 1-1 delivery. High ball 2, 2-1. Stan Bonson on deck. There are 2 out. Detroit leads 3-0. We're in the top of the second. Cleveland's leading Boston 1-0 at the end of 1. Pittsburgh leading the Phillies 1-0 into 2. The pitch, a little bit high, ball 3, 3-1. Cincinnati at Atlanta, no score into 1. Those are the only scores we have right now. 3 balls and a strike. McAuliffe comes in. I have a little talk with Sparmer. Sure, Ralph Houck will be having Michael swinging away if the ball is near the plate. Bonson's scheduled to be the next batter. Yankees want to pick up a run here. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball is low, ball 4. So Michael gets a base on balls. That's the second walk given up. So you can see how important that double play was to Joe Sparmer. Single and 2 walks in this inning, but the double play sandwiched in between. The Yankees have runners at first and third, 2 out. And Stan Bonson the batter. Stan was up 1 time in Washington without a base hit. Cash not holding Michael too close to first base. Pepitone leads off third. Pitch to Bonson inside, almost hit him. Ball 1. Tiger outfield not deep on Bonson. Palmer stretches. Pitch is outside, ball 2. 2-0. Mayo Smith now, the Tiger manager, is hustling out to the mound. So Mayo out there with Bill Freehan. While Mayo is out there and Larry Knapp goes out to try and break up the huddle, a reminder, the Yankees are proud to announce that the third annual Fraternal Night will be held by the New York State Free and Accepted Masons and the Knights of Columbus at Yankee Stadium, Friday night, June 13th. The approximately 20,000 members of both outstanding groups will attend the Yankee-Seattle game. A colorful field program. The Yankees look forward to welcoming the Masons and the Knights of Columbus on June 13th. All right, Joe Sparma gets ready. 2 balls, no strikes on Bonson. His pitch, high, ball 3. 3-0 on deck, Horace Clark. So, you know, Bonson's going to be taken here, and possibly the next pitch should Sparma make this one a strike. Here it is, and it's a strike on the inside corner. 3 balls and a strike. Michael at first, Pepitone at third. Tigers leading 3-0, top of the second. Here's the stretch. The pitch, high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So that's the third walk given up by Sparma in this inning. Bonson walked 3 in the first inning, and it cost him a run. Horace Clark now the batter. Horace bounced to first base. His first time at bat. We told you Horace has hit in each of the first 5 ball games the Yankees have played. Bonson with the jacket on at first. Gene Michael at second. Joe Pepitone at third. Sparma is pitching from a set position now. He could take the windup. He stretches. His pitch, a bouncing ball to Cash. He backs up. He's got it. Flips to Sparma in time for the out. And Clark, after he had walked 2 men in a row, went after that first pitch and bounced out. First baseman of the pitcher covering for the Yankees. No runs, a base hit, no errors, 3 men left. And now, at the end of an inning and a half, it's the Tigers 3, the Yankees nothing.
How many times have you stopped for gasoline and then after driving away realized that you forgot to have the windshield cleaned and that it might have been a good idea to check the oil? An Atlantic Red Ball dealer would never let that happen. He'd have cleaned the windshield without being asked, and he'd have reminded you about the oil, too, because that's part of the Red Ball dealer guarantee. It goes like this. An Atlantic Red Ball dealer will always clean your windshield, weather permitting, and offer to check the oil, or he'll refund the cost of your gasoline. The offer may vary in some states, but the service never varies. So if you're inclined to be a little absent-minded at times, like most of us, that's one good reason to look for the Red Ball sign. If you're interested in service that's 100% reliable, that's an even better reason to drive in for Atlantic Red Ball dealer service. So good, it's guaranteed to every customer, every time.
The bottom of the second, it'll be the top of the order for the Tigers. Dick McAuliffe, who single to right field. His first time up will be the batter. So the Yankees had a chance there as they loaded the bases, same as Detroit. Each team left 3 men stranded. Mickey Stanley on deck. At the end of 2 now, it's Cleveland 1 and the Red Sox nothing. At the end of 2, Pirates 1 and the Phillies nothing. Should be a dandy, the Cardinals and the Mets. Bob Gibson against Tom Seaver. Pitch to McAuliffe. Strike one. Play McAuliffe straight away. The one-strike pitch is a curve swing and a foul tip. Strike two. When Bonson throws that curve overhand and breaks down, it's a dandy. But when he comes sort of three-quarters, it's kind of a flat curve. And that's the one that's been getting him in trouble. Two quick strikes on McAuliffe. Fastball is low, ball one. Tigers 3, Yankees nothing, bottom of the second. All right, Bonson gets the sign from Gibbs. Delivers it. It's pop foul, but going back into the stands and out of play. Mercer cannot get to it. One ball, two strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Bonson delivers again. Curve in there, strike three called. And he really broke off a beauty there. First strikeout for Bonson. Mickey Stanley bounced into a force play his first time up. His speed proved to be very valuable to the Tiger cause. Had they been able to double him up at first, Tigers would have had only one run in the first inning. Here's Bonson's pitch to Stanley. Line drive, that's going to be extra bases in the corner in right field. Bouncing off the wall, and Stanley will be in with a stand-up double. Boy, he really went with that pitch just inside the right field foul line. One bounce against the 325-foot sign. And that brings up that man, Al Kaline, who hit a tremendous homer in the upper deck in left center field. For Mickey Stanley, that's his second double of the year. Bonson's curve in there, strike one called. On deck, Norm Cash. One man out. Stanley leads off second. Stretched by Bonson. Curve hit in the air. Didn't quite get this one. Penny's got a beat on it. In left center, he's there, makes the catch, tagging up as Stanley's going to go for third, and he's going to make it. The ball was hit deep enough to allow Stanley to tag up and move to third base. And that ball was hit in the same direction as Kaline's last home run, but he didn't quite get all the good wood on that one. Two out. Here's Norm Cash, singled up the middle his first time up. Later came around to score. On deck, Willie Horton. Mickey Stanley at third with two men out. Got a big lead at third. Bonson winds. Curve is over, strike call. That time, Bonson paid no attention whatsoever to Mickey Stanley. Now he gives him a quick glance. Another one. Stanley moving down the line. Bluffs going, then stops. Fastball is just a little bit low. 1-1. Gibbs and Bonson didn't think it was low. Cash deep in the box with an open stance. Here's the windup. Fastball is high, ball 2-1. 2 out. Bonson ready. Strike on the outside corner, and the count is even at 2-2. Cash really chews that gum, I tell you. Big wad of bubble gum, and he goes to town on it. The curve is popped up in a shallow right field. Bill Robinson moving under it. Comes in and makes the catch. So for Detroit in the bottom of the second. No runs, a base hit, no errors, a man left. The score at the end of 2 full innings. The Tigers 3 and the Yankees nothing.
I am the mother of an 18-year-old boy who is a high school graduate. I must inform you about the tremendous popularity your program is enjoying in Hungary. Almost everyone in the country listens. There are 2 communist radio stations, Budapest 1 and Budapest 2, but the people prefer Radio Free Europe and call it Budapest 3. The popularity of your program compelled the comrades in Hungary to produce something similar, but they know very well that their efforts to copy you are doomed in advance to fail.
This letter is one of hundreds Radio Free Europe receives from young people who look to RFE for uncensored news. To listeners in East Europe, Radio Free Europe is the in sound from outside. For facts about RFE in East Europe, write Radio Free Europe, Box 1969, Mount Vernon, New York.
For the Yankees, Jerry Kenney, whose single to left field his first time up, will lead it off here in the top of the third. The Yankees trail 3-0. It'll be Kenny, Mercer, and White. All right, Joe Spama ready. Pitch to Kenny is a curve, a little bit outside, ball 1. Spama was sharp in the first inning, a little wild in the second when he walked 3. Fastball bounced to first base. Cash comes in, fair ball, picks it up, steps on the bag. Good play by Cash. Had he not charged that ball, it would have bounced foul. And he got it before it hit the ground on the short hop. Here's Bobby Mercer. Bobby flied to center field his first time up. He hit it deep enough so that Kenny at first could tag up and move to second. Bobby has hit in 5 consecutive ball games. Leads the Yankees with 9 base hits. Outside, ball 1. Bobby right down the end of that bat. Curve is over. 1-1. Bobby, with that overly closed stance, crouches at the plate. The 1-1 pitch, another curve, bounce foul down the first base line as Elston Howard runs in to pick it up. Ellie looks it over before flipping it back to Spama. Cardinals have gone out in front of the Mets 2-0 at the end of 1. One out, nobody on. A ball and 2 strikes to count to Bobby Mercer. Pitch by Spama, big curve hit in the air to left field. Willie Horton. Plenty of room under it. Now backs up, but makes the catch as the wind got a hold of it. 2 men are out, and Roy White, who struck out his first time up, the batter. Tigers have 4 hits and 3 runs. The Yankees 2 hits, no runs. Spama delivers to White. It's in there, strike ball. 2 out, nobody on. Slow curve is high. 1-1. Sparmer has a palm ball that he throws once in a while. Watching him warming up just below it. Curve low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. On deck, Joe Pepitone. The 2-1 curve in the dirt bounces off Sheehan's shin guard back to the screen. And right now on Yankee Baseball, we pause for station identification.
Join me, Harry Downey, weekdays 10 to 11:30 a.m. here on WGY 810 on your dial, Schenectady.
Sparmer's pitch is strike 2 call, and White has started down at first base. He doesn't believe it. Hands on his hips, smiling at Larry Knapp. Roy thought the pitch was outside. Now it's a full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Drive foul to right field. Oh, a fan reached over the railing, got it on his meat hands, and that has to sting. And the worst part is that the ball dropped back onto the playing field. Didn't even get the foul. And listen to the fans boo the special down there. But that's his job. Doesn't mind if the fans get it when it goes in the stands. Again, a 3-2 pitch. High, ball 4, and White is on with a base on balls. That's the 4th walk given up by Sparmer, and here's Pepitone, who lined a single to right, his first time at bat. Pepe picked up his first home run of the year here in Tiger Stadium. An up a deck job in right center. White at first with 2 out. Pitch to Pepitone, a curve hit deep. That's gone if it stays fair, and it's corner. Oh, no! Holy cow, that missed by a hair of hitting the foul pole, the upper deck in right field. Doggone it. Pepitone hit a curveball that looked like a cinch to stay fair. At the worst, hit the foul pole, and it just missed. Oh, it's been a long home run in the stadium. Remember, it's 325 here at the stadium. It's just 296 down the right field line. Oh, Pepe just missed, getting the Yankees 1 run behind. All right, 1 strike on Joe. Another curve, this one high and away, 1-1. On deck, Bill Robinson. Roy White at first with 2 out. Detroit leads 3-0, top of the 3rd. Sparmer stretches. The fastball is high, ball 2. Sparmer sets himself on the mound. It's to Pepe. Drive off Cash's leg. That'll be a double at least. White might score. They might wave him in. And they hold him up. No, they hold him up. Pepitone's at second. That's got to be a double. And that Cash is going to have the imprint of an American League ball all over his body. He did a great job in turning his body sideways to block it. But it kicked all the way down the right field line. Roy White, with an outside shot to score, was held up by Dick Hauser, and I thought it was a very smart play on Hauser's part. That's got to go as a base hit for Pepitone, a double to right field. And the batter now, Bill Robinson, who walked his first time up. Man, I tell you, Pepe creamed that one. It is a base hit. That's 3 hits for the Yankees. All right, Sparmer. Into the windup. Pitch to Robbie. A curve inside, ball 1. On deck, Jake Gibbs. Pepitone kidding Cash. Telling him to get out of the way when he hits him. Cash is not smiling. I tell you, he was hit hard. The 1-0 pitch. High ball 2, almost a wild pitch. 2-0. Mickey Lolich gets up again in the Tiger bullpen. Some of the Yankees have won the first 2 games of this 3-game series. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball at second base. McAuliffe is there. Up with it. Throws to first in time for the out. Throw against. Farmer gets out of a jam. The Yankees, no runs, a base hit. No errors, 2 men left. And the score at the end of 2.5 innings, Detroit 3, the Yankees nothing.
Smoking, excess weight, and high blood pressure are 3 characteristics that more than double the risk of fatal coronary heart disease. Smoking 10 or more cigarettes daily increases the risk 62%, high blood pressure 58%, and overweight 33%. These facts were reported by NIH National Heart Institute scientists after reviewing the college health records of 50,000 college students. The scientists evaluated the 3 factors for their subsequent cumulative effects on death in later years from coronary heart disease, specifically in the 24-44 and 45-64 age brackets. Further evidence is added as a result of this study to the strong statistical relationship of the 3 principal characteristics of the coronary profile and development of premature heart disease. This study is but one of many medical research projects supported by the National Institutes of Health.
The bottom of the 3rd will have Willie Horton, Jim Northrup, and Bill Freehan to face Stan Bonson. The Yankees trailing 3-0. There'll be a lot of men left on base if this game continues like this. In 3 innings, the Yankees have left 6. In 2 innings, the Tigers have left 4. All right, Willie Horton, who bounced to third base his first time up as the batter. Outfield deep on Willie Horton. Here's Bonson's pitch, a fastball bounce foul. That's Grover Riesinger down towards the bullpen, strike 1. Willie Horton, 5'10", 195 pounds. 36 home runs last year. Ground ball at third, foul. Again down by the bullpen. 0-2 on Horton. World Series, Willie batted .304 with 7 hits, a double, a triple, a homer, 5 RBIs. The 2-strike pitch, curve. Oh, man. Gibbs started to throw to third. Bonson thought he had it. Now Gibbs asked Larry Knapp where it was, and Larry waves outside. Jim Northrup on deck. Fastball popped up. Gibbs has a shot at it in foul territory. He's got it. Bonson crowded him with the fastball, and Willie Horton fouled it right off the hands. Here's Northrup, who walked in the first inning. At the end of 3, it's Cleveland 1 and the Red Sox nothing. At the end of 2 of the first game, Washington nothing, Baltimore nothing. In the National League, at the end of 2, it's the Cardinals 2 and the Mets nothing. We'll give you a complete rundown at the end of this half inning. Pitchers and home runs, etc. Pirates are leading the Phillies 1-0 end of 3. Curve bounces short. Michael to his left has it. Underhand flip to Pepitone, and it's 2 out. That brings up Bill Freehan, who walks his first time up. Two out, nobody on. 3-0 Detroit leading. Bonson's first pitch to Freehan, a curve that's over, strike ball. Freehan really crowds that plate. Curve a little low this time, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Bonson kicks. His curve is low again. Ball 2, 2-1. We're in the bottom of the third. The Tigers scored all 3 runs in the first inning. Home run by Kaline with a man on, and a walk with the bases loaded. In there, a good fastball, 2-2. Bonson checks the sign with Gibbs. 2-2 pitch is low. Full count. 3-2. Freehan digs in. The payoff pitch. Ground ball at first base. Pepitone up with the wheels around. Throws to Bonson in time to get Freehan. He dropped it. Wait a minute. He held it long enough, or didn't he? No, he dropped it. He had the ball as he stepped on first and then dropped the ball. And it goes as an error to Bonson. He had plenty of time, as Pepitone had given it to him in plenty of time. So Bonson charged with the error. And the batter, Don Wirt, who walked in the first inning. It was Wirt's walk with the bases loaded that forced in the run. That's the first error of the ball game. Stretch by Bonson. Wirt takes a curve low, ball 1. Stretch, the curve, hits his bat, and again, Pepitone will take it. He's going to take it himself, and he does for the unassisted put out. He tried to check his swing, bounced one to Joe, and so Joe, instead of throwing to Bonson, made it himself. For Detroit, no runs, no hits, 1 Yankee error, 1 man left. And at the end of 3 full innings, it's Detroit 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Yankees no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Boston at Cleveland. The Red Sox now leading 2-1, playing the top of the 4th as Petrocelli is homing in the 4th with a man on, Stang against Tiant. Chicago at Seattle, latest start. Washington and Baltimore, no score, ended 2. Coleman against Palmer, that's first game of a doubleheader. Minnesota at California, latest start. Kansas City at Oakland, a doubleheader, latest start. Cardinals 2, Mets nothing, ended 2. Gibson against Seaver. Cubs 2, Montreal nothing, ended 1. Stoneman against Hand. Dodgers at Houston. San Francisco at San Diego, a latest start. It's the Phillies 3 and the Pirates 1 at the end of 4. Wise against Blass. Alex Johnson homing in the 4th with 1 on for the Phillies. Willie Stargell in the 2nd with nobody on for the Pirates. It's Cincinnati nothing, Atlanta nothing, into 3.5. Cloninger for Cincinnati. Phil Niekro for Atlanta, and that's the first game of a twin bill. Here at Detroit's Tiger Stadium, it's Detroit 3. The Yankees nothing as we get ready to go in the top of the 4th inning. And coming in now, getting himself all ready to bring you a thrilling description of the middle 3 innings. Here's our big Marine who's going to be at Yankee Stadium here, that commercial, Frank Messer. Frank, all yours.
Well, thank you very much, Phil Rizzuto, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Tigers have built up a 3-0 lead through the first 3 innings. And now the Yankees in the 4th will lead things off with Jake Gibbs. First pitch is in there for a strike. Joe Sparma had to struggle a little bit, but he's leading. Ground ball back to Sparma, the pitcher. He's got it, throws over to Cash in plenty of time to retire Gibbs, 1 out. Sparma has given up 3 hits and walked 4 in the game. The Yankees have had him under pressure the last 2 innings, but he's worked out of it. Dick McAuliffe came up with a big play in the ball game for Detroit on a ball hit by Gibbs back in the 2nd. He turned it into a double play. Tagged Robinson and threw to first. Here's Gene Michael. Drew a walk his first time up and takes a pitch high, ball 1. We're in the top of the 4th. Sparma deals, Michael looks, and a strike is called. One pitch, over but low. One out, nobody on, and the pitch to Michael is upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike. Gene steps back, looks down to Dick Hauser, the third base coach. Stan Bonson is on deck. Sparma throws. It's low, ball 4, and Michael draws his 2nd walk of the game. Interesting, I think, to note that Michael, filling in for Tresh at shortstop, has been on base in 5 of his 6 plate appearances over the last 2 games. Had 2 hits yesterday, also reached on a fielder's choice, and today has walked twice. Stan Bonson, the batter, with 1 out. They look for a bunt. He squares and he bunts it, foul down the third base line. Stan Bonson, one of the game's better bunters. Bonson led the club in sacrifices last year. He bunts this one down the first base side. It's a beauty. Cash picks it up, throws to first, throws him out. And Gene Michael, on the sacrifice, moves to second. Cash to McAuliffe to retire Bonson. 2 down, and Horace Clark, the batter. Bonson last year had 10 sacrifices. I think the next highest was Fritz Peterson with 5. Horace Clark is 0 for 2. Twice is grounded out to Cash unassisted. Sparma kicks and throws. Strike call. Clark takes it across the letters. No activity in either bullpen, although both have been active earlier in the game. Sparma rocks and fires. Clark fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes to Horace. Two years ago, Clark led the Yankees in hitting and led the American League second baseman in fielding. Ralph Houk, the Yankee manager, of course, hopeful that Clark can regain that form. Houk feels that the winter's rest could help Clark a lot. He did not play winter ball for the first time, I believe, in 10 years. 2-strike pitch coming to him. Michael at second, 2 outs. Farmer rocks and throws way high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sparma has given up 5 walks in the game. One-two pitch. Outside. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Had that been a strike, Clark might have tried to go into left field with it because the shortstop, Mickey Stanley, had just moved with the pitch over behind the runner, Gene Michael, leaving a hole at short. 2-2 delivery. It's high again, ball 3, full count. Sparma, through the first 4 innings, has thrown a lot of pitches in this ball game. He's walked 5. He has struck out 1. Down to several full counts. Here's the pay pitch. Fly ball hit out into left. Willie Horton should have no trouble with it. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. For the Yankees in the 4th, no runs, no hits. There were no Detroit errors, and 1 man is left on base. At the end of 3 1/2, the score is Detroit 3, the Yankees nothing.
Your Atlantic dealer is bringing you fine china from across the sea. Elegant, delicate, beautiful. China you'll be proud to display on your table. But the big news is this. This excitingly beautiful china is yours for a fantastically low price. Lower than you'd believe possible. Now, through an exclusive offer at participating Atlantic dealers, you can purchase a 4-piece plate setting of fine china at an exceptionally low price with each 8 gallons of gasoline. This offer may vary in some states. Each 4-piece plate setting consists of a cup, saucer, dinner plate, and bread and butter plate. We call this fine china Royal Elegance. Each delicate piece captures the beauty and good taste that sets itself for many times the price. Accessory pieces to complete your fine china set can also be purchased at your participating Atlantic dealer for an amazing low price. And if you'd like to charge your Royal Elegance dishes on your Atlantic Richfield credit card, we'll be our guest. Start collecting your sets of fine china today. Royal Elegance is worth going after.
Well, the Yankees are proud to announce a new service for Yankee fans on Long Island Way. Express bus service available for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games. Buses will leave 2 hours before game time from the Walt Whitman Shopping Center, South Huntington, Mid-Island Plaza in Hicksville, and the Roosevelt Field Shopping Center in Garden City. The buses will leave the stadium 1/2 hour after the game to take you back to the point of departure. The pitcher, Joe Sparma, leads off for Detroit, bottom half of the 4th inning. Right-hand hitter, and Bonson's curve is in for a strike. Next pitch. Bounced foul off the plate and back to the left side. No balls, 2 strikes on Sparma. Dave, the weather in New York is like the weather here in Detroit. I know a lot of folks are out riding around today, and if you're cruising around the stadium area, the advance ticket office at the stadium will be open for another 2 hours and 6 minutes or so. Check swing foul to the right side this time. Tickets available at the stadium today and every Sunday throughout the season. Advance ticket window open from 10 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. 0-2 pitch again to Sparma. Inside with a fastball. Bonson winds and throws. Oh, he just missed with that one. Looked like it had the outside corner, but maybe just a bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, says plate umpire Larry Knapp. And the 2-2 pitch. Foul to the seats off the first base side. Yankees opening on the road. So far, they've won 3 and lost 2. Last year, after the first 5 games, the Yankees had won 1 and lost 4. It's a new season. Fastball swung on and missed by Sparma, strike 3. That is the second strikeout for Bonson. Now the top of the order, Dick McAuliffe. Singled in the first inning, was called out on strikes in the second. McAuliffe is 1 for 2. Left-hand hitter, he takes low, ball 1. Mercer plays him very wide of the line at third and back about 1 step off the infield grass. Another breaking ball. This time it's low. 2 balls, no strikes. Outfield pretty much straight away against McAuliffe. Shortstop Gene Michael shades towards second, and Horace Clark is also over towards second. The infield plays him up the middle. Full windup, 2-0 pitch in the dirt in front of the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. Since the first inning, when the Tigers scored their 3 runs on 2 singles, a home run by Kaline, and 3 walks, Bonson has allowed only 1 hit. He gets a strike in, and McAuliffe was under wraps, 3-1. Bonson looks down the lane to Gibbs. The windup, the kick, and the pitch. Curved ball is low, ball 4. So McAuliffe draws a walk. The 4th walk given up by Bonson. The other 3 were in a row in the first inning to Northrop, Freehan, and to Wirt. And the walk to Wirt forced in a run. Here's Mickey Stanley. Been a base runner twice, reached on a forced play in the first inning, and doubled in the second. Right-hand batter. Runner goes, pitches inside for a ball, throw to second base. Michael makes the tag. Out at second. Gibbs' throw, right on the mark, came up on a short hop to Michael. Gene grabbed it cleanly and slapped the tag on McAuliffe. The pitch to Stanley was inside for a ball as Jake Gibbs throws out McAuliffe trying to steal. Good throw by Gibbs, got it down there in a hurry, and a good play by Michael. There's a pitch low, and it gets through Gibbs, rolling toward the backstop. 2 balls and no strikes on Stanley. Just a beautiful day here in Detroit. It was 61 degrees at game time. 2-0 pitch, check swing, and a strike call. 2-1. Bonson winds and deals way up high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Boston is leading Cleveland 2-1 in the 5th. Baltimore leading Washington 2-0 in the 4th. Cards lead the Mets 2-0 in the 4th. Bonson's pitch, check swing, high, ball 4, and Stanley is on. The 5th walk allowed by Stan Bonson, and the crowd applauds the appearance of Al Kaline. Kaline hit his second home run of the young season back in the first inning with Stanley on base to get the Tigers off to a 2-0 lead. His home run went to the upper deck in left center about 390 feet. There's a pitch in the dirt, gets away from Gibbs, and down to second goes Stanley. Passed ball is going to be charged to Jake Gibbs. He tried to smother that one in the dirt, and it got through him. And a passed ball has been charged. There's one up high this time, and it's 2 balls, no strikes to Kaline. Two out, Stanley at second, 2-0 to Kaline. Bonson fires, and Kaline takes a strike, letter high in the inside corner. 2-1 now to Al. On New York Yankee baseball right now, let's pause for station identification.
This is Jerry Ducey. Dial Nightline any weeknight, and I'll be listening on WGY Schenectady.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to Kaline. He hits it on the ground to third. Mercer boots it. Has no play off the heel of his glove. Stanley is safe at third, and Kaline reaches first. An error will be charged to Mercer, and that's the second Yankee error in the ballgame. Ground ball seemed to kick off the heel of Mercer's glove. He could not capture it. So the Tigers have runners at first and third, and Norm Cash will step in. Cash singled in the first inning and scored run number 3 for Detroit. Bonson is over but high with a pitch. Ball 1. Now Bonson steps back off the rubber, touches the rosin bag, toes in again and looks for the sign. Stanley at third, Kaline at first. Pitch is line down the right center field base hit. Stanley is in the score. Kaline around second, heading for third. Cash holds at first base with a single, and the Tigers lead 4-0. Talbot gets up again in the Yankee bullpen. He warmed up in the first inning. The batter is Willie Horton, with runners again at first and third, and a run across. Tigers now have 5 hits in the game. Bonson to Horton, high, ball 1. Sabatol at first, holding against Norm Cash. Mercer playing a deep third. Clark shaded towards second, and Michael over in the hole against the pull-hitting Willie Horton. Roy White very deep in left. Kenny over toward the alley in left center, and Robinson toward the alley in right center. The pitch. Check swing foul, loop back into the seats, and the count is evened up at a ball and a strike. Cubs lead Montreal 4-0 in the third inning. Phillies lead Pittsburgh 3-1 in the sixth. We gave you the other scores a moment ago. Bonson with a 1-1 pitch to Horton. Here it comes. It's high. Ball 2. 2-1. Jim Northrup is out on deck. Only man in the American League that had more home runs last year than Willie Horton was a fellow named Frank Howard. Howard had 44, Horton had 36. The pitch to him. High pop foul, out of play to the seats down the left side. Horton off to a very slow start this year. He's had but 3 hits in 19 trips. Yesterday, following the game, he stayed around for 15 or 20 minutes and took extra batting practice. Don McMahon, one of the frontline relievers for the Tigers, stayed around and pitched the batting practice to Horton, trying to get the big fellow off to a start. The pitch to him, foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball came back with such velocity, it came right through the screen. Bonson looks down to Gibbs. Runners edge away. Kaline from third. Cash from first. 2-2 pitch. High. Ball 3 and a full count. So now Cash will be off and running with 2 away. Set by Bonson. There goes Cash. The pitch is pop foul back behind the plate, out of play. Cash ready to go from first. Kaline hanging loose at third. Horton waiting for the 3-2 pitch. Bonson short stretch, sets, kicks and deals. It is lined deep to left field. It is a fair ball. Extra baser, bounces away from one. Kaline has scored. Cash will score. Horton stops at second with a double. Tigers now leading 6-0. The 3 runs so far here in the 4th inning are all unearned following the error at third. Ralph Houck is out at the mound, and he's going to make a pitching change. That will be all for Stan Bonson. Fred Talbot being summoned from the bullpen. The double was Horton's first hit in this series. He had been 0 for 10 in the 3 games. And now with Northrup, the batter, Fred Talbot, comes on in relief. So for Bonson, 3 2/3 innings. He gives up 6 runs, 6 hits, walked 5, struck out 2. Horton is his responsibility. Of the 6 runs, the 3 here in the 4th inning are unearned, and should Horton score, and the other scoring the Tigers should do, would also be unearned. Well, as Talbot starts his warm-up throws, the Yankees are proud to announce that the 3rd annual Fraternal Night will be held by the New York State Free and Accepted Masons and the Knights of Columbus at Yankee Stadium on Friday night, June 13th. Approximately 20,000 members of both outstanding groups will attend the Yankee-Seattle game. There will be a colorful field program highlighted by 2 bands. The Yankees look forward to welcoming the Masons and the Knights of Columbus on June 13th to Yankee Stadium for the game against the new Seattle Pilots. This is Talbot's 2nd appearance. He has pitched one inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, walked nobody, struck out nobody. Last year, Talbot appeared in 29 games. He won 1, lost 9, had an earned run average of 3.36. Talbot ready to pitch to the Gray Fox, Jim Northrup. And the first pitch to him popped up on the right side of the infield. Clark and Pepitone both coming in. It's Clark calling for it. Near the mound, he's got it, and the side is retired. But for Detroit in the 4th, 3 runs on 2 hits, a costly Yankee error, and a man is left on base. And now at the end of 4 full innings, the score, the Detroit Tigers 6 and the New York Yankees nothing.
Atlantic has crossed the Pacific to bring fine imported china to your table. Delicate, translucent, fine china. And at an unbelievable low price. Decorated in a soft gray pattern and trimmed with a thin band of silver, this fine china is called Royal Elegance. A 4-piece plate setting is available at participating Atlantic stations at a ridiculous low price with your purchase of 8 gallons of gasoline. This offer may vary in some states, but this beautiful fine china will never vary in its translucent, delicate beauty. Each 4-piece plate setting consists of a cup and saucer, dinner plate, bread and butter plate. You can even charge Royal Elegance on your Atlantic Richfield credit card. Stop in at any participating Atlantic station today and pick up Royal Elegance. Once you do, you'll never put it down.
Well, the Yankees find themselves 6 runs behind as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Leading off for New York, Jerry Kenney, then Bobby Mercer and Roy White. Kenney is 1 for 2 in this ball game. Yankees have 3 hits off Sparma, a single by Kenney in the 1st inning, and the other 2 have been base hits by Pepitone, a single in the 2nd, and a double off Norm Cash's shoulder in the 3rd. Kenney, feet close, left-hand batter. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Through the first 4 innings, the Yankees have stranded 7 base runners. Tigers have left 6 men on. Wind up by Sparma, the right-hander pitches. Kenney hits a ground ball to Cash on one knee. The first baseman has it, makes the play unassisted. And that is the 4th unassisted play for Cash at first base. Twice on Clark and now twice on Kenney. The batter will be Bobby Mercer. Been up twice, hit the ball in the air both times. Fly ball to center and a fly ball to left. Strike 1 is called. Mercer took a pitch right over at the letters. And now he asks plate umpire Larry Knapp to examine the baseball. Knapp calls for it, looks it over, and it comes out of play. John Rice, the umpire at first. Russ gets at second, and Bill Kunkel calling the plays at third. Sparma winds and deals. Curveball is butted off the third base side of the mound. A beauty. Sparma has it. No play. Mercer beats it out for a single. A good bunt by Mercer off the third base side of the mound. So Bobby has kept his hit streak alive now through the first 6 games of the season. For the Yankees, hit number 4. The batter will be Roy White with 1 out and Mercer at first. White has struck out and walked. 0 for 1. Roy batting left-handed against Joe Sparma. Wirt in on the grass. At third, the pitch to White is high, ball one. Jim Northrup plays White fairly shallow in center field and just about straight away. The right fielder, K-Line, is over toward the alley. Gap in the outfield, down the left field line, and toward left center. Swarm off the stretch. Looks over the left shoulder. Deals the plate. Strike is called. 1-1. Last time the Yankees saw Joe Sparma, he clinched the pennant for the Tigers, beating the New Yorkers 2-1 here at Tiger Stadium last September. 1-1 pitch now to White. Hit on the ground to the second baseman, McCullough. He tags. Mercer throws to first, double play. And for the second time in the ball game, McCullough has come up with that play. Fielding a ground ball, tagging the runner coming into second, and still getting his throw to first base in time for the double play. Second time in the game. For the Yankees, no runs, a base hit. There were no errors and nobody left on. At the end of 4.5 innings, the score is Detroit 6, the Yankees nothing. And now more thank yous from Peels for the folks who've tried their real draft beer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
To the friends of Fields Real Draft Beer in Westfield, Massachusetts, Elmira, New York, Rutland, Vermont, and Teaneck, New Jersey, we say...
Thank you very, very, very much.
To all the Peels fans in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Horseheads, New York, Matawan, New Jersey, Homer, New York, and Burlington, Vermont, we say...
Thank you very, very, very much.
To our many admirers in New Haven, Connecticut, King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, Framingham, Massachusetts, and Asbury Park, New Jersey, we say...
Thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much.
In hundreds of towns, thousands of people are finding that our beer is better than their beer. Why? We think it's simple. Peels has real draft beer in a can, and that's what makes the difference. To all of you who've switched to Peels, whoever you are, wherever you are, we say...
Thank you very, very, very...
Thank you very much.
Well, it's going to be interesting in the American League East as the pennant race progresses this 1969 season. Detroit Club will make it interesting. Baltimore, Boston, the Yankees, of course, Cleveland, and those Washington Senators off to such a good start. Baltimore leading Washington 2-0 in the fifth inning as Frank Robinson has hit his third home run of the year for the Orioles. Fred Talbot ready to pitch to Bill Freehan as we go to the bottom half of the fifth in our game. Freehan takes a pitch for a ball. Jake Gibbs held it there a long time. Hope Mr. Knapp might take another look at it. It looked as if Talbot had the plate, but maybe just a bit low. He winds again and deals. There's a high pop-up down the first baseline in foul territory. Gibbs calling for it, and Gibbs has it. So Freehan is retired, and it brings up the third baseman, Don Wirt, who has walked and grounded out to Pepitone unassisted. Wirt drew his walk with the bases loaded in the first inning and was credited with a run batted in. He takes a ball on the first pitch. Fred Talbot rocks back on the left foot, kicks and deals in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Tigers leading 6-0. Talbot winds and fires. There's a high foul field back. It will be out of play. Two balls and a strike to Wirt. Talbot rocks and throws. Wirt leans away from an inside pitch up under his chin. 3 balls and 1 strike. High, ball 4, and Wirt draws a walk. First walk given up by Talbot, and number 6 by Yankee pitching. It brings up the pitcher, Joe Sparma. He has flied to right and struck out in 2 trips. Pepitone comes in to confer with Talbot. Now goes back to first, letting Fred know how he's going to play the base runner. Talbot from the stretch. Pepitone charging in. They look for the bunt. It is bunted down the right side. Talbot throws to Clark, covering first in time. Fred Talbot fielded the ball, then had to sort of lob it over Pepitone's head to get it to Clark covering. A sacrifice for Sparma, moving Wirt to second. Two down, and the batter will be Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe takes his time before stepping in, allowing Sparma time to get back to the dugout. McAuliffe is 1 for 2. A single to right field in the first inning, struck out in the second, and walked in the fourth. Left-hand hitter. Wirt leads from second. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Mickey Stanley is on deck. Tigers have 6 runs on 6 hits. Yankees no runs on 4 hits. Talbot ready. Kicks and fires. Curveball is popped up on the left side of the infield. Bobby Mercer in from third, near the mound, under it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. For the Tigers in the 5th, no runs, no hits. There were no Yankee errors, a walk and a man left on. And now at the end of 5, the score is Detroit 6, the Yankees nothing. And now 4 little words from Peel's, the draft beer people. Thank you very much.
Edward Schumann of Plainview, Long Island says, I've never enjoyed a beer as much as Peel's. This is the finest beer any man could buy.
Thank you very much.
Barry Broth of Brooklyn says, I agree with the other people in your commercials. Peel's Real Draft is the greatest. It tastes like it came out of a keg.
Thank you very much.
Rose Calvert of Manhattan says, I enjoy Peel's Real Draft better than any beer I've ever tasted. It seems to have real body. I enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
In hundreds of towns, thousands of people are finding that our beer is better than their beer. Why? We think it's simple. Peel's has real draft beer in a can, and that's what makes the difference. To all of you who've switched to Peel's, whoever you are, wherever you are, we say,
Thank you very,
thank you very much.
Well, through 5 innings. Tigers leading 6 runs, 6 hits. Yankees no runs, 4 hits. Mike Kekich has begun throwing in the Yankee bullpen as we go to the 6th inning. Joe Pepitone will lead off for New York. Then Bill Robinson and Jake Gibbs. Kekich will be ready to come into the ball game should the Yankees get down to the pitcher Talbot, and should Ralph Houck want to use a pinch hitter. Pepitone is 2 for 2. Remember, Friday he went 4 for 5. Yesterday he drew the collar. This afternoon, got the hitting shoes on again with a single and a double. Sparma ready to work to him. The first pitch, he takes high, ball 1. Sparma winds and throws. Fastball is swung on and missed. Pepitone had his cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch hit high in the air under right field. Al Kaline back near the warning track. Under it, makes the catch, and Pepitone is retired. One out. The batter is Bill Robinson. Robbie has walked and grounded out to second. Farmer delivers. High. Ball one. National League score we didn't give you a while ago. Cincinnati and Atlanta scoreless in the 7th inning. Next pitch. Check swing. It's high. 2 balls and no strikes to Bill Robinson. At the end of 6, Phillies lead the Pirates 5-1. At the end of 3, the Cubs lead Montreal 4-2. And at the end of 5, the Cardinals lead the Mets 2-1. Robinson looks. Ball 3. Up high again. At the end of 5, Baltimore 2, Washington 0 on a Frank Robinson homer, his 3rd. At the end of 6, Boston 3, Cleveland 1. Other games not yet underway. The windup, 3-0 pitch. Robinson takes right down the middle, 3-1. Later today, Minnesota at California, Chicago at Seattle, and Kansas City at Oakland. Sparma shakes off a sign, gets another, dealing 3-1 to Robinson. Low with a fastball, ball 4. So Robinson draws his 2nd walk of the game. That is the 6th walk given up by Sparma, and the Yankees have had base runners every inning. Here's Jake Gibbs. Grounded into a double play in the 2nd, bounced to the pitcher in the 4th. Sparma throws. Gibbs hits a sharp ground ball past Cash. Extra bases to the right field corner. Robinson running hard around second on his way to third. Flag down. Now he's going to try to come home, and the throw to the plate. He dives and he's safe. Robinson ran through the sign at third base. Gibbs held at second, but Robinson safe at the plate when the throw came off the third base side and Robinson went sailing through the air, knocked the ball away from Freehan and scores. A double for Gibbs and a run batted in. The Yankees are on the scoreboard. Well, Bill Robinson, after running through the stop sign at third, was determined then that he better score, and he went sailing through the air head first for the plate, knocked the ball away from Freehan and is safe. Here is Gene Michael with Gibbs at second, 1 out. For the Yankees, their 5th base hit. Bobby Cox is out on deck to bat for Talbot. Sparma sets and throws. Michael takes up high, ball 1. Michael has walked both appearances at the plate. And Mickey Lolich is up and throwing in the Detroit Tiger bullpen. Mike Kekich throwing in the Yankee bullpen. Sparma arms high, down to the letters. Here's the pitch. Michael takes a strike. 1-1. Gibbs, good lead at second. Michael waiting. 1-1 pitch to him from Sparma. Fastball is laced foul down the left field side into the seats. Well, our good sponsor, Peels, has a lot of thank yous, and I'll tell you something. Joe Sparma will have a couple of thank yous for Dick McAuliffe at second base. McAuliffe has bailed him out of 2 sticky situations in the 2nd and again in the 5th with 2 fine plays. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Michael. Gibbs tries to shake Sparma with a dash, but he doesn't do it. The pitch is high, and the count evens 2-2. One out. A run across. It's a 6-1 ball game now. The Tigers leading by 5. Sparma starts his stretch. Holds the set right at the letters. The pitch to Michael. Hit on the ground to first. Norm Cash backs off. Has it on a high hop. Throws in time as Sparma covers. Gibbs goes to third. Michael grounding out. Cash to Sparma covering. Gibbs at third with 2 outs, and Bobby Cox will bat for Fred Talbot. Bobby Cox has been up twice as a pinch hitter. He is hitless, struck out 1 time. Right-hand hitter. He gets his first hit of the season. He can drive in a run. Gibbs at third. Sparma full windup. Kicks and deals. Curveball is hit on the ground to third. Flag down by Wirt. Makes his throw to Cash in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Yankees score 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Tiger errors, and a man is left on base. So now at the end of 5 1/2, the score is Detroit 6 and the Yankees 1. Now listen for your name as Peels thanks some more fans of their real draft beer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
Henry Becker of Long Island says, I've found Peel's Real Draft to be the smoothest, most satisfying beer on the American market.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Urban Melton of the Bronx says, I just want to tell you that Peel's is one of the greatest beers that I've tried. It's a draft beer. It's a great beer.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Francis Gembroni of Lindenhurst says, we always have Peel's in the house. It's nice and smooth. It's delicious. We enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much.
Why have so many people been convinced that our beer is better than their beer? We think it's simple. Peel's has real draft beer in a can, and that's what makes the difference. Do us a favor. Try Peel's Real Draft, and when you're convinced, let us know, so we can say to you,
Thank you very, very, very.
thank you very much.
The new pitcher for the Yankees, big left-hander Mike Kekich. Kekich, 6'1", 196 pounds, native of San Diego, California. Pitched for the Los Angeles Dodgers last year. Won 2, lost 10. He's been in 1 game for the Yankees down in Washington. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, 3 hits. Walked 1, struck out 3. First man to face Mike Kekich will be the right-hand hitting Mickey Stanley. Stanley has been a base runner 3 times. He has scored 2 of the 6 Detroit runs, reaching on a fielder's choice, a double and with a walk. He swings in the first pitch, lifts it foul to the feet down in the right field corner. No balls, 1 strike. K-line on deck, and then Cash here in the bottom half of the 6th. Kekich rocks back on the right foot, kicks and deals. Curveball is low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankee scouting reports on Kekich were very good. When they had an opportunity to get him in a trade for Andy Costco, they made the trade. Now the 1-1 pitch to Stanley. Bounces off the plate, comes up and hits Gibbs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, Jake had a rocking chair game yesterday with Mel Stottlemyre on the mound, throwing strikes all the way through and throwing but 89 pitches in the 1-hit shutout. But Gibbs has had his work cut out for him today as Bonson was rather erratic. There's a pitch way up high from Kekich, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Mickey Stanley. Gibbs told us before the game today that he could never recall Stottlemyre's sinker working as effectively as it did yesterday. 3-1 pitch to Stanley. He goes for a high pitch and fouls it back. In case you had not heard, it was Stottlemyre's first one-hitter in his major league career. He has never pitched a no-hitter. He considers it his finest effort, especially against the Detroit Tigers. 3-2 pitch to Stanley. Line into right field. Robinson there, though, and makes the catch. Twisting line drive. Bill Robinson stayed with it and put it away. 1 out, and right now in New York Yankee baseball, we pause for station identification.
Bill Edwardson here, Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon on WGY Schenectady, New York.
Now Kaline steps in, goes after the first pitch and fouls it back, strike one. The attendance just announced here at Detroit, 25,429. There's a strike called on Kaline to make the count 0-2. Kaline homered for the first 2 Tiger runs in the first inning off Bunsen. He flied to center field in the second and reached on Bobby Mercer's error and then scored in the fourth. Kakich wastes one. Kaline takes it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Norm Cash is on deck. Kakich has the sign. Here's his pitch. Curveball. Hit high in the air to deep left field. Roy White back to the fence. Has he got a play? He has, and he makes the catch against the wall. Roy White used up all the ballpark as he was back next to the auxiliary scoreboard in deep left to retire Al Kaline. 2 down, and the batter will be Norm Cash. Cash is 2 for 3, and he's scored 2 runs. He's also batted in a run, having a good afternoon. Kakich deals, and he misses. Ball 1. Big wind-up, pitch, inside on Cash. 2 balls and no strikes. Willie Horton is on deck. Tigers leading by a score of 6-1. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Kakich kicks and fires. Cash hits a high fly ball to left. Roy White moving to his right. He's under this one. Plenty of room. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. So 3 fly balls in the bottom half of the 6th. For the Tigers, 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. And at the end of 6 full innings of play, totals here at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. Detroit 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Yankees 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors. And right now, let's take a look at other activity in the American League. First of all, Boston leads Cleveland 3-1 at the end of 7. Lee Stang pitching for Boston. Luis Tiant in his second start of the year for Cleveland. Cleveland came into action today with a record of no wins and 4 losses. Rico Petrocelli and Reggie Smith have homered for Boston in that ball game. Washington at Baltimore in the first game of a doubleheader. Baltimore leading 2-0. Frank Robinson homered in the third with a man on, his 3rd home run of the year. Joe Coleman pitching for Washington and Jim Palmer for Baltimore. Minnesota at California later on, and Kansas City at Oakland later on. In the National League, St. Louis Cardinals 2 and the New York Mets 1 at the end of 5.5. Gibson for St. Louis, Seaver for the Mets. 2 fine pitchers tied up in that one. At the end of 3 innings, it is the Cubs 4 and the Montreal Expos 2. Stoneman pitching for Montreal and Bill Hands for Chicago. Dodgers and Houston are 0-0 at the end of 1.5. Houston is 0-5 for the year. Drysdale pitching for the Dodgers. Don Wilson for Houston. At the end of 6.5, the Phillies 5, the Pirates 1. Wise against Walker now in relief of Blast. Home runs, Johnson for the Phillies and Stargell for Pittsburgh. And at the end of 7, Cincinnati and Atlanta scoreless. Cloninger against Phil Niekro. That's the first game of a doubleheader in Atlanta. Here is Horace Clark ready to lead off the 7th inning and ready to come in and tell you all about it. Here is our good buddy Jerry Coleman. Jerry?
Okay, Frank, it's a 1-ball count on Horace Clark. Joe Sparma, the big right-hander, fires high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The Yankees trailing in the ball game by a score of 6-1. Tigers have 6 base hits. The Yankees have 5. The Yanks won the first 2 in this 3-game set. Detroit leading in the finale. 3 balls and no strikes to Clark. Joe Sparma has walked 6 men already. Clark thus far has bounced to first twice and flied to left. 0 for 3. The 3-0 pitch. Just outside ball 4, and that is walk number 7 by Sparma. Joe has had the advantage of that big lead. At one time, 6-0. 7 base on balls have been somewhat diffused because of it. Bill Freehan out there talking to his pitcher. And now for the 4th time in the game, Mickey Lolich is up and throwing in the Detroit bullpen. Lolich, who next Thursday is scheduled for a 2-week stint in the Army, being used in relief today, and then he will get 1 start before he heads off for 2 weeks of Army service. Here's Jerry Kenney, 1 for 3 with Clark at first. Nobody out. Yankees trailing 6-1. Sparma fires this one right down the pipe. Strike 1. Kenney has pulled a couple of ground balls to the first baseman, Norm Cash, and normally he'll hit the ball up the middle or toward left, but today he got out in front of a few. Don Wirt in tight at third, looking for a possible bunt. Kenney choking up maybe about an inch, waiting. Here's the pitch. Low. 1 ball and a strike. Jerry Kenney came into the ball game batting at .217. So far, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. The left-hand hitter, youngster who spent a year in the Navy, now back making his mark with this Yankee ball club. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On the ground, McAuliffe to his left has it. Flips to the shortstop, Stanley for 1. No chance for Kenney at first. Kenney was actually by first base when the ball was halfway there. He went down that line. Clark is forced at second. Bobby Mercer, who got a bunt single in the 5th inning, is 1 for 3. In the first, he flied to center. In the third, he flied to left. The left-hand hitter holds the bat right on the end. One of the few Yankees that is holding the bat on the end these days. He's waiting from the left side as Sparma fires. There's a high drive, center field, not too deep. Moving in and under it, Jim Northrup, and he's got it. Kenney tagging up, but then goes back. If you recall, Kenney took advantage of a play just like that on Jim Northrup in the first inning. He went down to second. So Bobby Mercer flies to center, 2 out. And moving in is Roy White, who struck out, walked, and bounced into a double play. Incidentally, that was the second double play made by Dick McAuliffe, unassisted, tagging the runner as he went by. White waiting. Sparma fires. Strike 1. Fine crowd on hand. 25,429. Yankees open up Tuesday afternoon at the stadium. Their home opener. Peterson will do the pitching. White waiting. Sparma a changeup in the dirt. 1 ball and a strike. Jerry Kenney at first base. Sparma now taking some time walking around the mound. The Yankees had Sparma on the run in the 2nd inning and again in the 3rd, but could not get the big hit to move him out of there. Here's the 1-1 pitch with White waiting from the left side. Ground ball foul past Ellie Howard. This one will kick off the Yankee bullpen. Sort of a pillbox effect down there on the right side. Detroit has their bullpen on the left side, way down the line. And in front of the Detroit bullpen, as we mentioned, Mickey Lolich, 3-game winner in the 1968 World Series.
Don Wirt at third, Mickey Stanley at short, Dick McAuliffe at second, Norm Cash at first. The inner defense for the Tigers. 2 out. Roy White at the plate. Kenny at first. Sparma sets. Delivers. A curve is high. 2-2. Willie Horton in left field. Jim Northrup in center. Al Kaline in right. And the all-star catcher, Bill Freehan, behind the plate. Sparma, one-time quarterback for Ohio State, delivers a curve that's high. 3-2 now to Roy White. With 2 down, Kenny will be on the move. Joe Pepitone waiting in the on-deck circle. Sparma ready. Kenny moving off. There he goes. Here's the pitch. White takes it outside, ball 4. And that is base on balls number 8 by Joe Sparma. Oh, what an afternoon he is having. A lot of pitches. Here comes manager Mayo Smith. He's got Mickey Lolich warmed up in the bullpen. The Yankees have Joe Pepitone in the on-deck circle. And let's see what Mayo Smith does. Sparma leads 6-1. And I believe that's going to be all. Yes, it is. Mayo Smith feels that Sparma has gone as far as he wants him to go. He's walked 8 men, given up 5 base hits, and that is a long afternoon. Now the fans giving Sparma a big hand as he leaves. If you recall last year, there was some animosity between Sparma and his manager, Mayo Smith, about being pulled out of ball games, just as we saw on this occasion. And it subsided, and the Tigers went on to win the pennant. Now, the further cheer that you heard was for the announcement that Mickey Lolich had entered the ball game. Mickey Lolich, the World Series hero, along with Al Kaline. But Lolich, with those 3 big wins, put the Tigers over the top when they were down 3-1 up against the St. Louis Cardinals. Lolich, rather a portly left-hander, is starting to warm up, but we'd like to remind you also that the Yankees are proud to announce that the 3rd annual Fraternal Night will be held by the New York State Free and Accepted Masons and the Knights of Columbus at Yankee Stadium on Friday evening, June the 13th. There will be approximately 20,000 members of both outstanding groups that will attend the Yankee-Seattle game. There will be a colorful field program highlighted by 2 bands. So the Yankees look forward to welcoming the Masons and the Knights of Columbus on June 13th. And also, they'll look forward to welcoming any Yankee fans at the ballpark. Michael Stephen Lolich, born in Portland, Oregon. He's the guy who likes to ride motorcycles around, making a nervous wreck out of Mayo Smith. His 2 best pitchers, Lolich, loves to ride a motorcycle at rather extreme speeds. And his big man, Dennis McLean, has just got his instrument rating in twin-engined planes. So between the 2 of them, they've got the transportation system pretty well locked up. Here's Pepitone now facing Lolich. Runners at first and second. 2 out. The first pitch to Pepe. Swung on a miss, strike 1. A roar of approval by the Tiger fans. Pepitone is singled and doubled. Fly to right. Lolich ready once again. Kicks and fires. Curveball in there, strike 2. Mike Kilkenny, a left-hander. Don McMahon, a right-hander, are in the Tiger bullpen, and they're starting to work. Kenny at second, White at first, starting to lead off. Lolich has the sign. The 2-strike pitch to Pepitone is outside for a ball. Pepe, as we mentioned, 2 for 3 on the afternoon, came into this ball game batting at .318. He is now 9 for 25. Lolich taking his time, getting the sign from Bill Freehan. Big left-hander ready. Kicks again. The pitch. Fouled back. Count holds. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Starting to get a little bit chilly here. Just in the last half hour or so, the sun is starting to go down, although there's some on the field. It's not as bright as it has been the last 2 days or when this ball game started. The 1-2 pitch by Pepitone as he waits up there. Mickey Lolich standing on the mound, peering into Bill Freehan. Pepitone swinging the bat. Lolich ready. Runners moving off. The pitch to Pep. Hopper to the first baseman. Cash backing him up. He's going to have some trouble. The throw is just in time. Norm Cash backed up way on the grass to take a big hop, and they just did nail Pepitone on a close play with Lolich covering. For the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no Detroit errors. 2 men left, and the score after 6.5. The Tigers 6, the Yankees 1. Say, is your town a Peel's draft beer town? Then it may be in this commercial. Listen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
Robert Rappaport of Rockville Center says, I think Peel's Real Draft Beer is one of the finest beers that I've ever had. It's terrific.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Steve Stillman of Staten Island said, I just wanted to say that Peel's Real Draft Beer is very, very good. And I want to thank you for putting it out.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Bill Gratton of Brooklyn says, Peel's Real Draft is about the best beer I've ever tasted. It's smoother, creamier, and has greater body.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much.
Why have so many people been convinced that our beer is better than their beer? We think it's simple. Peel's has real draft beer in a can, and that's what makes the difference. Do us a favor. Try Peel's Real Draft. And when you're convinced, let us know. So we can say to you,
Are you very, very,
thank you very much.
All set to go here, last of the 7th inning. Willie Horton, the power man for Detroit, moving in. Drove in 2 runs with a double down the left field line in the 4th inning. Tigers lead 6-1. Kekich fires to Horton. A curve is high. Ball 1. Mike Kekich ready again. Kicks and swipes one in there as Horton swings and misses. Ooh, he really fired that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Willie Horton, right-hand batter. Straightening himself out at the plate, waiting. Kekich delivers, swing and a miss by Willie. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Started to go to the opposite field, then got under the ball. Yankee defense is shading Horton very deep in the outfield and to pull. He's a right-hand batter. Michael in the hole at short. Mercer way back at third. Kenny deep and in the gap in left center. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Change up is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wally Moses coaching at first base for the Tigers. Grover Riesinger at third. Kekich ready again. Horton hits this one high in the air, right side. Clark going back. Robinson coming in. Bill waving everybody off makes the play. Kekich coming on in the 6th inning has retired the 4 batters that he's faced. Stanley, Kaline, Cash, and now Horton. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Detroit leading by 5, a 6-1 ball game.
Here is Jim Northrup, who walked, bounced to short, and popped to second. Kekich to Northrup. Fires one in there for a strike. Jim Northrup, known as the spoiler. He got the only base hit off Mel Stottlemyre yesterday. And last year he did it 2 other times, getting the only base hit. Just outside as he takes it. 1 ball and 1 strike. In the last 2 years, if you add it up, Jim Northrup has spoiled 3 no-hitters, the latest yesterday by Mel Stottlemyre. 1-1 delivery, Northrup waiting. Kekich delivers a ground ball just foul. Pepitone at first base is up with it. Flips it back to Mike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Bill Freehan. This young Yankee ball club took the first 2 from the world champion Detroit Tigers. And they play that running game. They got their only run today on a big gamble by Bill Robinson. Northrup takes low and outside from Kekich. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mike Kekich, acquired from the L.A. Dodgers, even up for Andy Costco. That was a winter trade. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Northrup. On the ground, in the hole between Michael and Mercer. A base hit for Jim Northrup. Northrup is not off to a great start either. That's only the 3rd base hit so far this year. Northrup came into the game batting 154. Bill Freehan walked, safe on an error, foul to the catcher, 0 for 2. Kekich to Freehan, hits one high in the air, left center field. White and Kenny converging, and Jerry Kenny makes the play. Tagging up and heading for second is Northrup, and they've got him by a long shot. Roy White was right there telling Kenny what to do. Kenny unloaded, and Northrup was out easily. That play, a double play, going 7-6. For the Tigers, no runs, a base hit, nobody left, and the score after 7 full innings of play, Tigers 6 and the Yankees 1.
When we think about cancer, we naturally think about the way it threatens our family.
Joanne Woodward, along with her husband, Paul Newman, recognize the seriousness of cancer. They also know a yearly health checkup is our best cancer protection, and that knowledge can help save lives from this disease, too.
But it goes beyond that. It's not only that it can strike anywhere at any time, it's the kind of thing cancer is.
But it can be beaten. 1.5 million Americans alive today have been cured of cancer. They're one side of the picture.
Sure, I know they're saving lots of folks with cancer, but we can't rest until we conquer it once and for all.
Paul Newman.
And to put it very bluntly, this takes money. Money that has to come from all of us. And you just think what victory over cancer could mean to your family, and give generously to the American Cancer Society.
Help yourself with a checkup. Help others with your generous check.
Here's Bill Robinson going up against Mickey Lolich, who came on for Joe Sparma. We're in the 8th inning. Tigers leading 6-1. Robbie hits one to right field. Al Kaline moving toward the line. Under it easily, makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Robinson had walked twice and bounced to second before flying to right. Jake Gibbs moving in. Jake bounced into a double play. Bounced to the pitcher, then double to right. Drove in the only Yankee run. That was in the 6th inning. Lolich into the windup.
delivers, and Jake takes outside for ball one. Don Notabart is throwing in the Yankee bullpen. Mike Kilkenny and Don McMahon in the Detroit bullpen. Fastball is high to Gibbs, 2-0. And moving in to the on-deck circle, Len Bamer. He'll be batting for Gene Michael. Gibbs takes a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lolich ready. Left-hander delivers, and Jake hits a ground ball to McAuliffe at second. On a big hop, he has it. Flips to Cash, 2 down. 2 up and 2 down in the 8th inning. Now here's Len Bamer moving in. Bamer has been to the plate twice without a base hit. Still looking for his first major league hit. In the American League, anyway. Had a few base hits when he played with Cincinnati. Oh, Alvin Dark had his tomahawk out, chasing those Indians all over the ballpark in Boston, but it didn't do any good as they lost to the Red Sox 3-1. That's their 5th straight. Bamer takes a curve from Lolich inside for ball one. Billy Cowan has moved into the on-deck circle, and should Bamer get on, he'll bat for Kekich. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Bamer by Lolich, low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Boston, 3 runs, 7 hits. The Indians, 1 run, 8 hits. The winner, Stang. The loser, Tiant. Tiant now is 0-2. Strike right in there to Bamer. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cleveland is now 0-5, and the Red Sox are 4-1, off to a good start. The 2-1 pitch to Bamer by Lolich. Ground ball, hard hit. Nice play by McAuliffe. A beauty going to his left. And Len Bamer is robbed of a looked to be a sure base hit. Fine play by McAuliffe. For the Yankees, nothing across in the 8th, and the score after 7.5, Detroit 6 and the Yankees 1.
This is Kim Weston for Vista. Not too long ago, I recorded an album called This is America. It was my way of saying that America is still very much alive. Vista volunteers. Volunteers in service to America are saying the same thing in an even more exciting and selfless way. They're going to poverty areas all over this country, giving a year of their lives to help less fortunate Americans help themselves. They're activists. Instead of destroying, they're building. The only thing they want to tear down is the ghetto wall. They're dedicated. But instead of violent change, they're doing the detail work that's getting change. It isn't easy. The pay is terrible. But the work is the work of the soul. Find out if you can help Vista. Vista can certainly help you. Write VISTA, Box A, Washington, D.C.
Right now, let's pause for station identification.
Bill Edwardson here, Monday through Friday at 7 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon on WGY, Schenectady, New York.
Don Wood moving in to lead off in the bottom of the 8th for Detroit. They're leading 6-1. He'll be followed by Lolich and McAuliffe. Wood hits the first pitch in the air to right field. Bill Robinson coming in, Clark going back, and Robbie makes the play. Looked for a moment like there could be a near collision, but they split up at the last moment. Clark and Robinson did. Mickey Lolich. Certainly a big favorite here in Detroit after that spectacular World Series effort last year. Takes high and outside for ball one from Mike Kekich. Lindy McDaniel is throwing in the Yankee bullpen. The 1-0 pitch by Kekich to Lolich.
Hit hard but foul down the right field side. Len Bamer has stayed in the ball game. He pinch hit for Michaels and has moved into play shortstop. Kekic fires again, and Lolich takes this one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The left-hander for the Yanks again delivers. This one fouled back by Lolich. 2-2. Al Kaline had quite a comment about this young Yankee ball club. He said, I like them. He said they're young kids and they make their own game. And what he meant was this tremendous speed they have. They upset things. Today they're not doing it, but they have done it, and they'll continue to do more of it. The 2-2 pitch. Way up there. 3-2 to Lolich. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Last of the 8th. Lolich at the plate. Dick McAuliffe on deck. This is Mickey Lolich, his first appearance in the game. He came on for Sparman. He takes call strike 3. First strikeout for Kekic. Dick McAuliffe moving in, and he's getting a fine hand after that great play off the sharp ground ball by Len Bamer, headed for right field. McAuliffe singled, walked, struck out, popped to third. Kekic delivers, and Dick takes outside, ball 1. Yankees trailing by 5 runs, a 6-1 ball game. Swing and a miss by McAuliffe. Kekic looks like he could be a pretty good pitcher. All he has to do is get the ball over the plate. He's got good stuff and a good changeup. He's ready into the windup. Strike called on the corner. Broke a curveball beautifully on that outside of the plate. 1-2. Yankee defense has shifted to the right side for McAuliffe. Bamer deep towards second base to shortstop. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Dick takes it, strike 3, and Kekic slipped the fastball right by him. Second strikeout for Kekic. 3 up and 3 down for Detroit. The score after 8 full innings of play: Tigers 6, Yankees 1.
Spring is the traditional time of the year to get out and go. Time to get out and visit favorite spots, see old friends, discover new places. When you get out and go, be sure to give your car the gasoline that will keep it on the go. Atlantic Imperial. Imperial makes any trip more fun because Imperial takes care of your car while you just concentrate on enjoying yourself. The next trip you take Atlantic Imperial along, just for the ride. Even if you're just inching along in heavy traffic, Atlantic Imperial is blended to pay off at any speed. Fast or slow, from 0 to 60, you could say. Imperial is just your speed. Atlantic Imperial, a product of Atlantic Richfield Company.
Billy Cowan is moving in. Cowan, as a pinch hitter, will bat for Mike Kekic. Mickey Lolich, in relief of Joe Sparma, slips a fastball in there. Base hit by Billy Cowan. I'll tell you, he jumped on the first one, drilled it between short and third. A leadoff single in the top of the 9th inning with Detroit leading the Yankees 6-1. Billy Cowan on at first base, and we're waiting for Horace Clark.
was Cowan's first base hit for the Yankees. And also his first at-bat. Horace Clark moving in. Clark has bounced to first twice. Slide to left and walk. 6-1 Detroit lead as Clark waits and takes outside for a ball. Billy Cowan, a leadoff single on at first. Tiger infield is a double play death, but not very tight. They want to make sure of one out. Got a 5-run lead. The 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air, left field. Willie Horton, drifting to his left, is under it and makes the play one-handed. Clark flying to left field. One away. Now Jerry Kenney. Single to left, bounced to first twice, hit into a forced play. He's 1 for 4 this afternoon. Don't forget, the same world champion Detroit Tigers will be at the stadium next Saturday and Sunday. Ladies' Day, a single game on Saturday, and a big doubleheader a week from today. Lolich to Kenny, swings and misses. Fastball, strike one. Lolich again. Ready, fires, and Kenny takes way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Norm Cash is not holding against Billy Cowan at first base. Lolich ready once again. Fires up the middle, a base hit by Kenny. A diving attempt by McAuliffe, but no good. Jerry Kenney getting his second base hit. The Yankees now with runners at first and second. 1 away, and the batter will be Bobby Mercer. Yankees still alive. Dennis McLean came up with a great comment yesterday. He said that Yankee ball club is like a swarm of locusts. A bunch of mice just nibbling away at you. And they are. They can go. They're bigger than mice, though. Yankees with runners at first and second, 1 away, 9th inning. Mercer the batter. Here's a pitch, a curve is high by Lolich for a ball. Michael Kilkenny, the young left-hander. Don McMahon, the veteran right-hander, still throwing in the Detroit bullpen. Plate umpire Larry Knapp exchanges a ball as asked for by Bobby Mercer. We've noticed that Mercer has done this several times. If he doesn't like the look of the ball, he'll ask the umpire to check it. This time, Larry Knapp threw it out. Lolich sets, Mercer waiting, swings and misses. Strike one. 1-1 the count. He went after a fastball at the letters, just got over it. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Lolich again, the 1-2 pitch to Mercer, hit on the ground. Mickey starts to go to third and has to go back to first, and everybody's safe. Don Wood broke for the ball. Lolich caught it. Lolich turned to throw to third. There was no Wood there, and it looks as though they're going to give a base hit to Bobby Mercer. The bases are loaded, 1 out. And here is Roy White. So the Yankees scrambling again. This is their 3rd hit in this inning. Lolich was not aware that Wirt was not at third, and by the time he got turned around, Mercer had beaten out the... Well, it's a scratch single. It dribbled out toward third between the mound and third base. Roy White struck out, walked twice, bounced into a double play. Bases loaded, 1 down. Mickey Lolich into his windup. White waiting from the right side. Here's the pitch on the ground. Off Wood's chest. He'll make one. He forces Kenny at third base. Coming in to score, Billy Cowan. That'll go as an RBI for Roy White. Billy Cowan coming in to score. It's now a 6-2 ball game. And here is Joe Pepitone. 2 outs. Yankees still alive. At first base, Roy White. Bobby Mercer at second. Pepitone, who creates emotion in the fans, whether in New York or on the road, and getting the old raspberry here in Detroit. Joe has done a great job for the Yankees in the early going. He swings and misses. Strike one. Pepitone today is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Lolich getting the sign from Freehan. Yankees moving off first and second. The pitch to Pepe. Strike 2 as he swings and misses through a fastball. The 2-strike pitch to Pepitone on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lolis just reared back and got Pepitone out of there on 3 pitches, all fastballs. For the Yankees, in the top of the 9th, 1 run, 3 base hits, 2 men left. So the final score of this ball game, Tigers 6 and the Yankees 2.
There's an ocean full of value at participating Atlantic stations these days. First, there's something for your car, of course, the gasoline that keeps you on the go, Atlantic Imperial. Then there's famous red ball service, too. And now there's something for your table, fine china, imported from across the sea. We call it Royal Elegance. You'll call it beautiful, delicate, translucent, and a sensational value. Because at participating Atlantic stations, you can purchase a 4-piece place setting of Royal Elegance at a fantastically low price with each 8 gallons of gasoline. This offer may vary in some states, but this beautiful fine china will never vary in its charming good looks. Pick up a 4-piece place setting today. Charge it on your Atlantic Richfield credit card if you like. Royal Elegance is something nice to take home to Mother.
Well, the line score in this ball game today for the Tigers, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And for the Yankees, 2 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher, Joe Sparma, with the save going to Mickey Lolich. The loser, Stan Bonson. Stan's record is now 0-2, and Sparma's record is 1-0. The ball game was pretty much over as far as the Yankees were concerned, although they didn't know it at that time, in the bottom of the first. McAuliffe singled. He was forced at second by Stanley, but then Al Kaline hit a home run into the upper deck in left center field. Cash singled and was finally walked across after Northrup, Freehan, and Wirt got passes from Bonson. 9 men went to the plate in that first inning. And then Stan gave up 3 more after 2 were out in the 6th inning. A walk to McAuliffe. He was out trying to steal. A walk to Stanley. An error by Bobby Mercer. A single by Cash and a double by Horton accounted for 3 more runs. The Yankees picked up a couple of runs. They got 1 in the 6th inning and 1 in the 9th, but fell a little bit short as the Tigers won this final game of the 3-game set by a score of 6-2. Once again, the winning pitcher, Sparma, his record 1-0. The loser, Bonson, his record 0-2. So the final score, once again, the Tigers 6, the Yankees 2. Now this is Jerry Coleman speaking for Phil Rizzuto and Frank Messer saying goodbye from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan. Today's Yankee...
This Yankee baseball game has been brought to you by the Atlantic Steel Company and your local Atlantic dealer. Atlantic keeps your car on the go with the gasoline and service that makes your car feel young again. And by Peel Brothers of Brooklyn, New York, who say, thank you very much for trying our Peel's Real Draft Beer. This is the Home of Champions Network.